with conversations that last. Sit back, relax, sit in the group chat, the Jovonta Patton Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment. YouTube, I'm on your head. Facebook, TikTok. YouTube, I'm on your head. What's up? It is Jovonta Patton, and you are watching the Jovonta Patton Podcast. Hey, I got Ashli Henderson here. Listen, My Cool Ash on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and we're getting ready to talk about how creators need regulations, and we're also getting ready to talk about why this girl is so funny, and I have a question about Mother, Sister, Africa. So tune in, share, subscribe, like, comment. You know what to do. See you on YouTube. Welcome back. You are watching Season 1, Episode 5 of the Jovonta Patton Podcast. Listen, I am giving Cam Newton and Shannon Sharpe a run for their money. But today, it's not just R&B money. It is comedy money. I have Ashli Henderson. You know her from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Come on, give me some claps in the virtual world. There we go. Ashli Henderson, My Cool Ash on all social media handles. Let's just jump in instantly. Let me just give my thoughts. These are my thoughts. Ashli leaves on a plane soon, and I called her in the midst of shooting and said, can I try to get you here? Now, she's been hosting events all across the city and got shows other places. But now, Ashli is a big deal online, so I don't think I'm bigger than her. I think she is the big deal. So the thing is, anything that I'm doing that can cross-pollinate anybody I know to get to know her, I make sure that I'm thinking of her. And I just want to say I'm proud, but I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, we believe prophecy spoils the surprise. So sometimes everybody that's not as excited for your success is not always a hater. That just means they always believed in you. So you just being who they always knew you were going to be.
I like that thought.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes everybody not like, oh my God, it's like, I saw that 5 years ago. And I can honestly say with real evidence that I seen this from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ashli and I, we sang together. We just did our Super Bowl Destiny's Child reunion.
And we looked amazing.
Baby,
we looked
okay
amazing
at First Avenue. Stop playing with us.
Still got the moves.
Woo, the moves ain't went nowhere, okay? So it was giving Zumba. But yes, still got the moves. But Ashli, we sang in choir. Ashli is always just been normal community family and just Kojic, so all my Kojic people, this baby Kojic. You know what I'm saying?
And I was born in.
Listen, she didn't join it. She was born in. I met Ashli with a car seat, and I asked her to sing in my group. You had just had your beautiful daughter, my kid. I can't believe that. So Ashli is a mother. You're a comedian. You're an actress.
Yes.
Like the thing is, you have always been an actress, but now I believe that you are shifting more into like where we see Kevin Hart, where he can do more serious roles and he's not only asked to be the comedian in the movie, which there's nothing wrong with that lane too.
Yeah.
But how do you feel in your uprising? Like you're still, you know, when we see people bios, they say Beyonce became the fame in the group Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
Your bio is being created in real time. And so Ashli became Ashli Henderson, the Oscar Award winner through TikTok at the time. How do you feel about your uprise?
I feel like, first of all, it's a blessing from God. I'm very, very grateful. But I feel like it was it all connects, right? So you talked about my time at DFY. I see now, even in my acting career or my comedy career, where DFY plays a role. You know, the preparation that I didn't know was preparation.
And for those who don't know what DFY is Deliverance for You. So most people that know Jovonta Patton now, you know me for worship. I got stellars for worshiping and singing all sexy Jesus music. It's R&B music to God.
Very much.
You know
Very
what I'm saying?
much.
And I love that y'all love that. But before that, there was a group, okay?
Yeah.
And it was DFY. And so Ashli was a faithful member. Let me make that clear. So the comedian that you see in the world content that you see, Ashli was faithful. is faithful, because when I call for the reunion, there was not a I'll check my schedule. It was my leader said I need to be somewhere, so I'm there.
Yeah.
This the outfit that we wear. It was everything plugged back
Right
in.
back in.
Like
Right
there
back
was
in.
no
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah.
of I don't mess with you no more. And Ashli attends. She comes to the church, the Wave. Like
Yep.
when she's in town, she and shout out to Nakara, like they be in church.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
your faith in your uprising, God, it seems like he's still the source and the center.
Absolutely, and I think the more mature you get, especially in your gifts, they've always made room for you. They make room for you,
Jesus.
and it's not always my good friend Jeff Shelley. We always talk about it's not about working with people; it's about who you work with. So when you talk about our connection, you know what I mean. I've learned so much from you. So even in my comedy, you'll hear my singing come out. You'll hear my ear come
That
out. You
alto.
know, that music
And you
ear
used to have to
come
do
out.
tenor when the tenors didn't always show
come on
up.
now. Even down to my sound. You know, I know what I want my mic to sound like just because
Wow.
of that training and
Hey y'all, make
so
sure she got her
beautiful
mic right.
Yeah, literally. And so when you talk about content, that perfection, that level of perfection comes out there too. You know, not settling. You know,
Yeah.
one thing that one saying that I came up with my team when it comes to content is let's not settle for a good idea when we can think of a great one. And those things I believe come from that work ethic that was built at 17 and 18 doing DFY and getting ready for. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, man, I was traveling doing shows at 18.
We
I
didn't
was
look
getting
at it
paid
that
for shows.
way.
You know, we started
We was
getting paid after a
outside.
while, but we were working this hard for free.
For say it again.
You know what I mean?
Say
We
it
were
again.
working this hard for
now
free,
people
yeah.
think it's like, oh, you getting money. No, you don't know how many shows I
Yeah,
did that didn't
yeah.
have no money. And DFY was so popular, so influenced. Before we had the word influence and content creators, DFY brought so many people out.
Yeah, yes.
We never had an empty concert.
Never.
From day one. Like
Yes.
never was an empty concert. It was never an empty concept. And so we didn't go home. We didn't have no money for Applebee's sometimes. Pastor Minister Jackie
Yes.
will tell you it was never no money, but everybody had the heart of it.
We had the heart and the dedication, and we looked good doing
Yes,
it.
and so when I see God, when I see you being like stupid viral, not fake viral, not paid viral.
Never
and
paid for content.
I see like that's a way that God, one of the ways, not all the way, one of the ways that God is paying you back for your faithfulness to him through the vehicle of DFY.
Yes.
Not because you are faithful to me, but you are faithful to him through this vehicle.
Yes.
And so how do you feel, like what drew you to social media? Because most of you do know her, but if you don't, go follow her, go make yourself familiar. But what really blew you up was about 2020, 2021, you were doing these parody videos like Saturday Night Live of music videos that were huge deals. Like, I mean, Monica was reposting you and Javaris Thomas, shout out to him.
My videographer.
Y'all were making like content that really should have been used in MTV, CBS segments.
So what we did was Java, shout out to Javaris. He was like, Ash, you got to get on social media. Your comedy, because I'm such a great stand-up comedian. They were like, you got to get on social media, and I really wasn't. You know, I'm a real in-person kind of personality, and so what I did was I found a way that I can be truly creative and popular at the same time.
Wow.
And
say that again. You found the way
to be truly creative and popular at the same time.
because people want to be popular, but they'll change their creativity to be popular.
And at the time, I didn't follow any comedians. Javaris can tell you. So it wasn't a trend that I was clinging to. It was something that was already in me. You and Javaris used to redo music videos at the house.
All the time. We used to just pose in the restaurant talking about something.
Before comedy was popular online. You know what I mean? We were doing Twin Tuesdays before viral was a thing.
God rest Daryl Soul, but Daryl Tate was y'all biggest fan of Twin Tuesday.
Yeah.
Her and Daryl used to, so everybody else would be like, you know, you the leader, let's respect. Daryl would get Ashli in trouble. Ashli would get Daryl in trouble. Daryl supposed to be the chaperone, and y'all in the back laughing.
Exactly. And so what I did is when I came up with the first music video I thought about was Whitney Houston, and it was
Yes.
Heartbreak Hotel.
All I really
Yeah.
want.
You said.
You see that voice? You be here
And Java had me
by
singing it for real. He was
now.
like, get in mode. You know what I mean?
When y'all
So-
threw that fur
Yes.
in that doggone lake.
And that's the real fur. That's a hand-me-down meat.
Jesus.
Yeah, it has
Well,
my
you
grandmother's
Kojic,
initials.
so furs and
Yeah,
being Kojic
yeah.
is a normative.
And that's a Church of God in Christ fur.
Okay.
But so I called Java and I was like, Java, let's do this video. Let's redo this. I got a good idea. And he was like, okay, but if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. You know how Java
you
started.
know
We're
how
going to do it, we're
Javaris
going to do
is.
it. And so we pulled up to the lake, the little fake lake over north.
Yes.
And we shot that video as best as we could.
Let me stop there. How creative. Sometimes people think the creativity is in the content. Sometimes getting the content is the creativity.
Yeah.
Y'all saw a lake and y'all saw the same thing as Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah.
Like, think the way that God used y'all even in providing, y'all don't have a Tyler Perry studio where,
No.
because these places have studios where we
Yeah,
need a lake.
yeah.
Okay, we got one over here.
Yeah.
Y'all literally is driving and setting up, y'all scoping the scenery out.
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes what we'll do is we'll ride, like I roll by a construction site.
Jesus.
And that's where we, no, I think it was either myself or Javaris. One of us rolled past the construction site and we thought about the music video for Little Kim. So there's just,
Wow.
it's really, to God be the glory. We're like Missy and Tim. Like
Oh,
when we
yeah,
get
yeah,
together,
yeah,
our
yeah.
brains connect and it's
Yes,
this big thing.
yes.
But it's innate. It's an innate feeling. The music video for Aaliyah, we created the whole outfit.
Y'all, she did 1 in a million.
Yeah.
You're lying on a car. You
Yeah.
didn't just do the bang, but you
Yeah.
have the outfit and the halter
And
top.
we created the
and
pieces.
you really jump into the character.
Yeah.
And hopefully Tyler
We put
Perry,
the
all
chair
these people,
on a coffee
yeah, all the
table.
people, all the people who got some power, pull her in because.
Thank you.
For you to embody that role and
Yeah.
that character,
Yeah.
I can only imagine what Hollywood can do when they tell you what they want from you.
Well, it's funny because when I started school after I went
Kudos.
viral.
So
yeah, thank you.
after you went viral, you started school. Make
Yeah.
a note of that
For
because y'all
filmmaking.
want to go viral to not go to school.
Yeah.
All y'all young kids go to school and use your phone.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
So when I started school for filmmaking, I learned the terms that God had already placed in me. I'm like, oh, we already know how to do set design. Oh, we already know how to design wardrobe. Okay,
Yes.
I was doing my own hair and makeup. So these
Say that
things,
again.
yeah, these things we were already doing. And again, some of these things are coming from our training from earlier, from DFY, from
Wow.
having to make do,
Y'all
from having
really,
to
okay,
hustle.
let me stop you. Y'all really be saying that. LA says that too. You know, he got the PBS show and
Yeah, yeah.
Big Ho, he be everywhere. And he be like, I got this training. I was in D. And I'd be like, I'm enamored and proud because some of y'all like to be leaders where you stay the leader for
Yeah.
the next 10, 12 years. But y'all are just as relevant as I am.
Yeah.
That was the point of DFY.
Well, without DFY, there's no me and Javaris. When we first met each other,
Wow.
we didn't like each other, and we met at North High.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So when we got in
And you know
DFY
Javaris,
together,
when he walk away,
yeah,
he's away.
yeah, when we got in DFY together, we went to Applebee's.
Wow.
We had one good conversation. Yeah, we had one good conversation, and we split a 2 for $20.
There you go.
And we've been
okay.
friends ever since. Really
Wow.
siblings.
And that's the thing. It's like, because I know you got to get on the road, but you are such a holy disruptor where
Yes.
you do things. Because I don't like the word disruptor. I like a prefix then disruptor because sometimes some people are disruptors. In class, and I grew up disrupting the class mean you were bad.
Yeah.
So we have to I prefix the word disruptor,
Yeah.
but you were a holy disruptor, and you growing up in church, you singing in DFY. You're preaching because there's a clip online that Demario put up of our Easy Conference, and you was like exhorting and
Yeah,
preaching.
yeah.
And I asked you to do that because I seen that. But when we sometimes box you into only church rhetoric, we think that God is only setting the stage for you to be at Jake's church next week.
Yeah.
But God was setting the stage for you to be a comedian.
Yeah.
And the Bible says that laughter is like medicine to the bones. And so I believe that your prophetic ministry and mission has now just been transferred into making people laugh that have all the valid reasons to be sad.
I love that you said that because I see that in all my works, right? So I believe that God allowed me to be who I am so that when it comes to comedy, I can connect with everyone.
Yeah.
Two, even in my characters, Mother Sister Africa is
We
a pretty
love
popular
Mother Sister
character.
Africa. When you pull that thing together.
But that's my church, right? That First
Yeah.
of all, Mother Sister Africa is my great grandmother and my girlfriend combined. It's
We
girlfriend's
love.
voice with my great grandmother's personality, right?
Oh, wow.
And then there's the preach word in that, right? There's the game that she gives mixed with being attractive to everyone, so I use the music references.
Oh, wow.
But
And
that's church.
it's church. I mean, the Shade Room loves you. Shout out to the Shade Room.
Yeah.
All of social media loves you. One thing I want to talk about is one of the things that I've seen, and I'm a content creator too. Like, I've shared with you some of my payouts, and before people was talking about being paid on social media, and I would share it with you. I never share things with people like you to make you feel less than like I'm like, no, tap into this. You're a mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have been taking care of your daughter since day one. That girl would be at rehearsal with us. There was no, you had support from your grandmother, but you brought you brought her with you. And if it was 10 years ago, Michael would be out in the studio, you know what I'm saying, playing with Kyra or one of them. But how do you think we need to deal with content creators getting their intellectual property not being able to really be copywritten in a digital format? Because I see people doing the Monica parodies and the music video parodies that we didn't really see that before.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're the first person or the only person, but you were one of the pioneers. You know, we got Rosa Parks and we got Martin Luther King. That doesn't mean that what Martin Luther King can't say what Rosa Parks did. So when I say you being a pioneer, you're undoubtedly one of the first, if not the first, to do what you did. And so how do you think that TikTok and Meta needs to regulate people like you getting your property protected? Because if there was some kind of protection, you could be still seeing numbers from that stuff.
Absolutely.
But now everybody I'm inspired. I'm about to go do it. And we all get hit by the inspirational bug. So I'm not saying that you can't see something and do something. I'm not saying that. But you can't see something and steal something.
Yeah. Well, I think to speak to being a pioneer, I think what Java and I did, because I have to give Java some credit for that, half the credit for that. I think what we did is
the team.
Yeah, absolutely. What we did is we recreated the videos to a T. And you didn't see that at the time. You see people redoing the music videos, but now people are actually trying to make it look like the actual video.
To a T, because you did.
And that was our special
first
thing.
one. I remember one of the first Whitney Houston ones. I Will Always Love You. Y'all were at Girlfriend's house, I believe.
Yep.
And it was just what made it. The expertise was how it was so spot on. It wasn't so much that we saw somebody doing a music video. That wasn't it. It was just the camera angles and the cuts and it was just kind of like, wow, like y'all really put time into this. And so to see people commenting and artists and you know, A&Rs, but one of the things that I do think is unfair, and this is from me, my music business background, is you help sell those catalogs again.
Absolutely.
You reignited those songs back into our memories. You put them back in playlists and algorithms and people going to search for that. And I feel like there's so much money that content creators like you should have gotten. I think those labels should have cut you a check and say, thank you for promoting something that we weren't even promoting. Even though you did it on your own, this song now just streamed because that song on the Shade Room, 1 million plus.
It's funny what you say that you say that because after we did Kelly Rowland and Nelly, you know,
shout out to Kelly Rowland.
He
Shout
hit
out
that
to Tim.
YouTube thing. That his YouTube hit like 1 billion views or something like that. And I'm like, we didn't make it do that, but we definitely contributed to it.
And they need to give credit. And shout out to Kelly Rowland. So that ain't on
we
Kelly's
love
part.
You, Kelly.
We love you, Kelly.
And we love you, Nelly.
Yeah, and we love you. And we love you, Tim. That's Kelly's husband. Tim Witherspoon. We shout out to y'all. So let's send this clip and we're gonna send this to you, Tim, so that you can see that. But I really did feel like you ignited and you what is the word I'm looking for when you're trying to start a car? You did a startup again of those songs and hitting 1 billion plays. Now, Dilemma was very popular, won a Grammy, so we will not negate the fact of it's already freestanding success. But that sitting on the porch with the red hair, Like, what the heck was y'all thinking? Like, how did y'all get that deep?
To answer the question first, your first question, what we did was, well, actually, the first question was, what should content creators do? What content creators should do to protect themselves is your research. Tap into your resources. There are people that know how to protect their intellectual property.
Wow,
and so once you
good.
learn that, even myself, I'm still researching it. Once you learn that, hold on to your creativity and put your things in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put your affairs in order and then share that with the world. And then
really
to answer your next question, how do we put these things together? Again, it's seeing it. I was at my grandmother's house, and across the street, I seen the white porch. I can't remember. Honestly, it was either me or Javaris. We always
Mike
feed off
house?
each other. Yeah, that was my old house because I got kicked out of the house after a DFY rehearsal. I came home from DFY, and my grandmother wrote me a note and said, "I'm tired of raising kids. This is your last week." After DFY rehearsal, and I moved across the street.
I used to hate that house because Mike used to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about, I'm going to do your hair now. Mike, if you don't stop playing with me.
I hated that house. And so
I used to live at the house next door, 1325 Sheridan, but we never met each other then.
Now, here's the thing. How did God make that connection? One of the houses that paid my bills off a music video was a house that I lived in after I got kicked out of my own home.
You see what I'm saying?
So that's the beauty in God, and that's why.
Recompense.
Yeah, no matter what I do, I'm like, I'm gonna always give Him the glory for everything because all my dots connect.
All your dots connect, and you see that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And I like the terminology. I think it's called hyperbole. I'm in school for seminary.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
You see that? All y'all want to start churches and then go to school. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I've been in school for that, and what that term means, and I may be saying it wrong, but I know what it means. It means how biblical verses exaggerate things to prove the point. Basically, how Black folks do. It was Hebrew poetry, and so when he says the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, if you really know, the steps are very small.
Yes.
Steps are not strides. Steps are not. If you take one step and you say, okay, I'm going to be down the street in a minute. Not by one step.
Yeah.
And so every little step, I have just seen every little step be ordered by the Lord. And I just pray and prophetically declare that we will see you in movies and television and sitcoms and beyond social media. Social media, like I love what Mojo Brooks is doing and on comedy tours that are not just curated by you.
Yes,
but that there's people higher up that have the money and the lodging and the crew and all of those things to take care of you, because sometimes it gets really hard being content creators when you got to keep doing it all by yourself.
Absolutely.
We don't talk about that part.
Yeah, and it gets expensive too, because I was buying all of that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't want to hold you up because I know you got to go. So this is going to be my shortest episode. I want her to go get on the plane. And we love you. And thank y'all. Go follow her. Go get in her comments. Whatever this brings to her, I hope it does something very good. And I love you. And I'm so proud of you.
I love you too. Make sure y'all watch 1320 on YouTube. That's my special.
Period. Go watch her special.
Yes. You can hear about my upbringing.
Okay. We're going to put the link in the comments. All right. Thank y'all.
I love you, Joe.
It's my show. We're gonna have a blast with conversations that last. Sit back, relax, sit in the group chat. The Jovonta Patton Podcast.